There are places on Earth where waking up each morning means taking a chance with nature. In Tanzania, a single herd of elephants can wipe out an entire season's harvest overnight. One wandering lion is enough to keep an entire village awake until sunrise. Yet the remarkable part is that millions of people have chosen to stay on this land for generations. They do not try to conquer nature. Instead, they learn to read every footprint, recognize the smallest signs of the coming rains, and live by the rhythms that the wilderness established long before people ever arrived. But that is only part of the story. Welcome to Tanzania. Located on the eastern coast of Africa, Tanzania is one of the largest countries in East Africa. Its eastern shoreline faces the Indian Ocean, while its mainland shares borders with Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Zambia, and Mozambique. This unique location has created an incredibly diverse natural landscape, ranging from vast savannas and tropical rainforests to towering mountains and immense freshwater lakes. The country has two main seasons, the rainy season and the dry season. The transition between these seasons shapes the country's remarkable variety of landscapes and ecosystems. Thanks to its extensive network of national parks and protected areas, Tanzania has preserved many of its wild ecosystems in an almost untouched state. These habitats are home to thousands of animal species, including many of Africa's most iconic wildlife. Every year, millions of wildebeest, zebras, and countless other animals take part in the world-famous Great Migration across the Serengeti in search of fresh grazing lands. This extraordinary ecosystem, together with the Great Migration, has made Tanzania one of the world's premier safari destinations. Beyond its spectacular wildlife, Tanzania is home to more than 120 ethnic communities, making it one of the most culturally diverse nations in Africa. Each community has its own language, traditions, and unique way of adapting to its environment. Despite their cultural differences, they are united by the Swahili language and a strong sense of national unity. Helping Tanzania remain one of the most stable countries in East Africa. In Tanzania, Traveling just a few hours can bring dramatic changes in language, clothing, homes, and even the way people make a living. Every community has developed its own way of life to adapt to the land it calls home, from high mountain slopes and vast grasslands to the shores of the Indian Ocean. North of Lake Eyasi, the Hadzabe continue to practice one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer lifestyles in the world. As the sun rises, they follow the tracks of antelope, study the direction of the wind, listen to the calls of birds, and search for wild honey hidden inside ancient trees. What makes their way of life especially remarkable is that they do not try to accumulate wealth. They take only what they need for the present, while willingly using metal-tipped arrows and other modern materials whenever those tools make their work more effective. For them, adapting does not mean rejecting new ideas. It means choosing only what is truly necessary. Not far away live the Datoga and the Maasai, two communities that have shared the same region for generations. The Datoga are well known for their traditional blacksmithing, crafting knives, spears, and everyday tools by hand. The Maasai, on the other hand, build their lives around herds of cattle that move with the changing rainy and dry seasons. To them, every cow represents far more than economic value. Cattle reflect a family's status, serve as a form of wealth for exchange, provide support during difficult times, and strengthen relationships within the community. Today, it is common to see a Maasai wearing a traditional red shuka while using a smartphone to check livestock prices or weather forecasts. It is a clear example of how tradition and technology can exist side by side. Along the southern shores of Lake Victoria live the Sukuma, the largest ethnic group in Tanzania. Their daily lives revolve around fields of corn, millet, and cotton, with cattle raised beside their homes. After each harvest, crop stalks are used as livestock feed, while manure from the animals becomes natural fertilizer for the next growing season. The Bugo-Bogobo dance is one of the Sukuma's most distinctive cultural traditions. It is commonly performed during festivals and community celebrations following the harvest. Its energetic movements and powerful drum rhythms are a joyful expression of gratitude for a successful season and a way of preserving community spirit across generations. Leaving the open plains for the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro, the landscape changes once again. For generations, the Chaga have cultivated the Kihamba garden system beneath layers of tree canopy, where bananas, coffee, fruit trees, and vegetables all grow together within a relatively small area. They also built irrigation channels that carry water from mountain streams directly into their gardens, allowing crops to thrive even during the dry season. The knowledge they have accumulated over centuries has transformed the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro into one of the most fertile and productive agricultural regions in Tanzania. Over many generations, communities in Tanzania have learned how to adapt to this land. But life here would not be complete without the wild animals that are always living alongside people. What would you do if you heard a lion roaring right outside your door in the middle of the night? If you enjoyed travel documentaries like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Most importantly, tap the hype button below the video to support the channel. Now, let's discover how the people of Tanzania live alongside one of the wildest ecosystems on Earth. Every year, more than 1.5 million wildebeest, along with hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, make their epic migration across the Serengeti ecosystem. To the rest of the world, it is one of the greatest natural spectacles on Earth. When the migration begins, the Serengeti also enters its busiest tourism season of the year, creating jobs and generating income for many local communities. But for the people living along the migration routes, this is also the most challenging time of the year. They must stay alert for elephants, large predators, and other wild animals while adjusting grazing schedules, relocating farming areas, and carefully tracking the movements of wildlife to reduce the risk of losing livestock and crops. Nighttime is the most stressful part of the day for livestock-keeping families. An unusual burst of barking from the dogs or the sudden silence of the herd can signal the arrival of lions or hyenas. A single careless night can cost a family most of its livestock, representing years of hard work and accumulated wealth. For farming communities, the greatest threat often comes from elephants moving between protected areas and agricultural land. During harvest season, a single herd can trample an entire field, destroying months of labor in just one night. Along rivers and lakes, even routine activities such as fishing or collecting water carry serious risks. Although hippos often appear calm, they are among the animals responsible for the highest number of attacks on people in Africa when they believe their territory is being threatened. The danger is not limited to what can be seen above the water. Hidden beneath the still surface, Nile crocodiles remain a constant threat to communities whose daily lives depend on rivers and lakes. Over many generations, communities such as the Maasai have learned to read the signs of nature. They study animal tracks, listen for the warning calls of birds, and observe wildlife behavior to recognize danger before it arrives. Traditional bomas, reinforced with wooden posts and thorny branches, are still used to protect livestock. People also adjust grazing schedules according to the seasons, keep fires burning through the night, and use solar-powered flashing lights to discourage predators from approaching. In some areas, beehive fences have proven surprisingly effective. Because elephants are highly sensitive to the buzzing of honeybees, they often avoid fields protected by these fences, reducing conflict without harming either people or wildlife. Alongside traditional knowledge, modern technology has made it easier to coexist with wildlife. Many elephants and lions now wear GPS tracking collars that allow conservation teams to monitor their movements. When these animals approach nearby villages, warning systems alert park rangers and local communities, giving people time to protect their livestock and crops. Tanzania is known not only for its vast grasslands and towering mountains, but also for its coastline along the Indian Ocean and its access to some of the largest and oldest lakes in the world. Each body of water shapes life in its own unique way. The tides determine when people head out to sea. The seasonal monsoon winds fill the sails of traditional boats. The ancient lakes have sustained millions of people for generations. When the tide recedes along the shores of Zanzibar, wide stretches of white sand emerge beneath the sun. Women slowly walk through the shallow water to tend and harvest rows of seaweed tied beneath the surface. For many families, seaweed farming is the primary source of income. Farther inland, farmers carefully tend spice plantations, where the fragrance of cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg drifts through the air. Zanzibar was once one of the world's most important centers of the spice trade. At the heart of the island lies Stone Town, a beautifully preserved historic district. Walking through its narrow streets, visitors are often surprised to find buildings that blend African, Arab, Indian, and European architectural styles. This remarkable fusion reflects centuries of trade and cultural exchange across the Indian Ocean. When the monsoon winds return, the white triangular sails of traditional dhow boats once again fill with wind across the Indian Ocean. Built using techniques passed down through generations, these wooden vessels still carry fishermen out to sea before sunrise. As the dhow boats return from the open water, the coastal fish markets immediately come alive. The sounds of people speaking Swahili, bargaining over the day's catch, and laughing together create a vibrant and welcoming picture of everyday life. Food has always reflected the way people adapt to the land where they live. In Tanzania, from the cornfields of the interior to the spice-scented island of Zanzibar, every meal is shaped by local ingredients and traditions that have been preserved for generations. Found on tables across the country, ugali is a thick cornmeal dish, stirred until it becomes firm and smooth. Tanzanians usually break off small pieces with their hands and eat it with leafy greens, beans, fish, or meat. For many families, ugali is more than an everyday meal. It provides the energy needed for long days of work in the fields, on the savannah, or along the lakeshore. Even as life continues to change, this simple dish remains a central part of daily meals for millions of people. While everyday life in the interior is often centered around simple meals, holidays, weddings, and weekend gatherings bring people together around glowing charcoal grills. Slowly grilled beef or goat becomes nyama choma, one of the most beloved dishes in Tanzania. As the meat cooks over the fire, family and friends gather to talk, laugh, and enjoy each other's company, turning every meal into an opportunity to strengthen family and community bonds. Leaving the interior for Zanzibar, the flavors become entirely different. Centuries of trade across the Indian Ocean have left a lasting influence from Arab, Persian, and Indian cultures on the island's cuisine. Fresh seafood, combined with cloves, cinnamon, cardamom, and many other spices, creates the distinctive flavors of an island once known around the world as the Spice Island. In local markets and neighborhood restaurants, fragrant pilau rice and steaming cups of masala tea remain everyday favorites, telling the story of centuries of cultural exchange along the coast of East Africa. While rural Tanzania moves to the rhythm of the rainy season, the dry season, and the migration of livestock, life in the cities is measured by traffic, car horns, and the hurried footsteps of millions of people. Just a few hours away from the open grasslands, busy streets, bustling ports, and modern high-rise buildings reveal a different side of Tanzania, one that is growing and changing every day. In Dar es Salaam, the country's largest city, crowds begin filling the markets early each morning. Inside the maze of Kariakoo Market, thousands of stalls sell everything from fresh produce and spices to clothing, electronics, and goods arriving from across East Africa. The sounds of bargaining, hand carts rolling by, and vendors calling out to customers create an atmosphere that remains lively throughout the day. Not far away, Dala minibuses stop constantly to pick up passengers. Although they are often packed during rush hour, they remain an essential part of daily life for millions of urban residents. Farther north, Arusha wakes to the sight of safari vehicles coated in red dust. As the sun rises, dozens of four-wheel drive vehicles leave the city, carrying visitors toward the Serengeti and the Ngorongoro crater. At the same time, daily life for local residents begins, as it always has. On the streets, travelers from around the world blend into the flow of local people heading to work. In neighborhood markets, vendors arrange fresh fruits and vegetables from the early morning hours. In small roadside workshops, skilled artisans patiently craft wooden carvings and colorful beadwork. Nearby, coffee shops gradually fill with both residents and visitors as they begin their day. This unique blend of local life and international tourism has made Arusha one of the best places to see how Tanzania continues to expand its tourism industry while preserving its own identity and daily traditions. Although many people still have modest incomes, technology has advanced in a remarkably practical way. Instead of relying entirely on traditional banks, millions of daily payments are made through mobile money services using nothing more than a cell phone. Whether buying groceries at the market, paying for a bus ride, settling utility bills, or sending money to relatives in distant villages, just a few taps on a phone are enough to complete a transaction. Technology has therefore become more than a convenience. It has opened access to financial services for millions of people, including many who have never had a bank account. From crowded marketplaces and Dala minibuses weaving through busy streets to everyday purchases completed with a mobile phone, Tanzania presents a very different image from the one most people associate with endless grasslands and iconic wildlife. It is a country that continues to evolve every day, where tradition and modern life do not compete with one another, but instead exist side by side, shaping the lives of millions of people. Life in Tanzania is shaped by more than just the rainy and dry seasons. Throughout the year, communities across the country set aside their daily routines to gather, celebrate, and preserve traditions that have been passed down for generations. Each festival has its own unique character, but together, they reflect how communities stay connected and pass their cultural identity onto future generations. Every February, the historic streets of Stone Town on the island of Zanzibar become more vibrant than ever. From early morning, stages are built, musicians prepare their instruments, and food and craft vendors welcome the first visitors. As night falls, local residents and travelers gather in the public squares, enjoying the rhythms of drums, songs, and dance performances that continue late into the night. Sauti za Busara is one of the largest music festivals in Africa, bringing together hundreds of performers from many different countries. Swahili music, taarab, ngoma, and contemporary performances take turns on stage, transforming the festival into a celebration of cultures from across the continent. For the people of Zanzibar, it is more than a series of concerts. It is an opportunity to share the identity of their homeland with visitors from around the world. Around July, the village of Makunduchi in southern Zanzibar comes alive as preparations begin for the Mwaka Kogwa festival. From early morning, residents gather in the village's open central grounds. Cheered on by the crowd, men strike one another with banana stalks in a symbolic ritual meant to leave behind the conflicts of the previous year. Once the ceremony ends, any sense of confrontation disappears. Everyone comes together to share food, sing, dance, and exchange wishes for peace, prosperity, and a successful harvest in the year ahead. The festival traces its origins to Persian culture and has been preserved in Zanzibar for more than 1,000 years, becoming an inseparable part of community life on the island. As the first light of dawn spreads across the Serengeti, safari vehicles begin rolling onto the open plains. For visitors, it marks the beginning of an unforgettable wildlife adventure. For millions of Tanzanians, it also marks the start of another working day. Every year, millions of travelers come to Tanzania to witness the great migration of wildebeest, watch elephant herds roaming through Tarangire, or climb the snow-capped summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. Behind every journey are tour guides, park rangers, drivers, hotel staff, and countless local residents whose livelihoods depend on tourism. Many families who once relied mainly on farming or livestock now have a stable source of income through the tourism industry. For these communities, nature is no longer simply a place to make a living. It has become a valuable resource worth protecting for future generations. The rapid growth of tourism has also created new challenges. In the Serengeti and the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, dozens of safari vehicles sometimes gather around a single pride of lions or a hunting cheetah during the busiest season, placing additional pressure on wildlife and their natural behavior. On the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro, the growing number of visitors has increased the need for better waste management and stronger protection of the fragile mountain ecosystem. In some Maasai communities, traditional dances and ceremonies are now performed more frequently for visitors. While these performances provide valuable income, they also raise an important question of how tourism can continue to grow without diminishing the original cultural meaning of these traditions. Across Tanzania, many communities understand that their future is closely connected to the future of the natural world. In the Ngorongoro conservation area, protecting the remaining black rhinos not only preserves biodiversity, but also helps maintain the area's appeal as one of the country's most important destinations. Off the coast of Zanzibar, the waters surrounding Mnemba Island have become an important conservation area for green sea turtles through the combined efforts of conservation organizations, park rangers, and local communities. As a result, many ecotourism projects in Tanzania are being developed to benefit both nature and local people. When communities earn their livelihoods by protecting wildlife instead of exhausting natural resources, the motivation to conserve these ecosystems becomes even stronger. Perhaps this is one of Tanzania's most fascinating paradoxes. The elephants, lions, and rhinos that once forced people to live with constant caution now help support the very communities that share the land with them. In Tanzania, protecting nature is ultimately a way of protecting the future of its people. The gap in education often begins with the journey to school each morning. In cities such as Dar es Salaam and Arusha, many students travel by bus, bicycle, or on foot through busy streets. In contrast, many children in rural areas and semi-nomadic communities, such as the Maasai, walk several miles along red dirt roads to reach their classrooms. During the rainy season, swollen streams and muddy roads can make the journey even longer. For students who live too far away, boarding schools often become the only practical option for continuing their education. Learning conditions also vary significantly. Schools in urban areas are generally better equipped, while many schools in remote regions continue to face shortages of classrooms and qualified teachers. Over the past several years, Tanzania has greatly expanded access to primary education. Even so, the gap between urban centers and remote communities remains a major challenge. The same distance can be seen in access to healthcare. In many rural communities, when someone becomes seriously ill or a woman goes into labor, a motorcycle is often the fastest way to reach the nearest clinic. Along rough dirt roads, every trip becomes a race against time. While major cities have hospitals and medical specialists, many villages rely on small health centers that provide only basic medical services. Patients with serious conditions often need to be transferred to larger hospitals for advanced treatment. For this reason, improving transportation infrastructure has become one of the most important changes taking place across many parts of the country. In Tanzania, a new road does far more than reduce travel time. It creates new opportunities for entire communities. Farmers can bring their crops to market more quickly. Children can reach school more easily. Patients can arrive at hospitals sooner. And villages begin welcoming more visitors. For many communities, a new road represents the beginning of a new future. Alongside new roads, Tanzania is becoming increasingly connected through the internet. Smartphones have become everyday tools for communication, making payments, checking crop prices, and accessing online services. Even so, progress remains uneven. Many remote communities still lack reliable electricity and stable internet access. The digital divide continues to be one of the country's major challenges as it moves forward. By the end of this journey, the answer has likely become clear. The people of Tanzania do not try to conquer nature. They have learned to adapt to it and live alongside it. From the endless plains of the Serengeti to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro and the shores of Zanzibar, every landscape tells a story of resilience, creativity, and the remarkable ability of people to adapt. Perhaps that is what truly makes Tanzania so extraordinary. Not only its breathtaking wildlife and dramatic landscapes, but also the people who continue to protect and build their lives in the heart of this remarkable land. But if one day you had to live in a place where nature was always more powerful than people, would you try to conquer it, or would you learn to live in harmony with it? If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to subscribe to the channel and join us for more 4K documentaries as we continue exploring how people live and adapt in some of the world's most extraordinary places.